that one is in focus. So that's broadly the names which have been in focus. And let's bring on board corporate conversation Ramachandran V, Director and Chief Operating Officer at V-Guard Industries, to talk to us about their numbers as well. Mr. Ramachandran, great having you. Q3 earnings slightly soft compared to your usual growth trajectory. We've seen a miss, especially on the profit number, and labor code impact obviously spilling over onto the profit number as well. Talk to us about how Q3 has panned out and what's led to the softness.
We have grown at an aggregate of 10.5%, right? And we have a 25-26% PBT growth also before adjustment for one-off items related to labor code. Now, basically 60% of our portfolio is, fundamentally summer driven. And this year, summer has been weak. So some of those categories like stabilizers, air coolers, the growth in them have been weak. Yeah, and that's the reason why that's what you're seeing. Yeah. But I think as the season comes back, these will pick up, right? So that, as far as fans were concerned, fans have done well because also the energy transition is happening. So we've had to liquidate our inventory, before the quarter end. So I think there's no underlying concern behind the softness in numbers. That's fundamentally related to the performance of summer categories, right, which has been weak. I think you've seen the drag in Q1, Q2, and that continues into Q3, right? Those categories growth have been soft to negative. Yeah.
Right. Mr. Ramachandran also talked to us about your geographical revenue mix. The South markets have grown 20% while non-South has grown only 3%. Also, if you take a look at the contribution from non-South markets, that has not gone up as much as you had guided earlier between that 60 and 63% mark. What are some structural issues that are holding back the non-South performance, and when are you expecting some convergence?
Now, two things, right? So I think that, that 60 plus number is a long-term number, right? It's not an immediate number. As far as non-South is concerned, right, East is a very critical market for us. And, last year summers were very, very aggressive, and these markets posted very strong growth. The theme remains the same, that the drag has fundamentally happened, because of, the summer category is not performing again. As far as our near-term objectives, we had said that we will increase the contribution of non-South by about 3% every year, right? So and I think that 2 to 3% every year remains. Yeah, I think the strong growth in South this quarter has resulted in dilution of the non-South contribution, right? And mainly, I think, wire has done well in South, right? Because of the increase in copper prices, and that's reflecting in a stronger growth in South.
And you spoke about copper prices. Talk to us about any pricing action undertaken by you due to the hike or due to the increase in copper prices.
I think, as far as the wire category is concerned, we continue to take price increases in line with the increases in copper that we observe, and the pass-through there is pretty good and strong. I think for consumer durable category, that is for non-wire categories, right? The input cost increases there, and we expect 2 to 3% input cost increase. Some of the categories we have passed on, this month in January. So between Jan and March, right, this pricing transmission will happen, yeah, across all categories. So we have initiated in some categories, right away, like maybe a pump or something. Kitchen, we are looking at doing it in February, and some of the categories like switches, switchgear, maybe inverter battery. This we are looking at towards the end of March, closer to when the season is going to take off. We have also passed on some price increase in fan based on input cost increase, and that has also happened. Yeah. The flow through, of course, of the actions initiated and the actions to be implemented is also a function of the competitive environment in the market, right? But we do believe that March quarter is when the translation of input increase will happen in the market.
Okay, and Mr. Balchandran, shifting focus, talking about the Sunflame aspect of the business, the revenue has fallen roughly 10% year on year. What is the growth recovery here?
Sunflame, as we had already informed, right, we are in the course of Sunflame integration. So the right now, as we speak, right, last quarter, the sales team of Sunflame and VGuard, have been integrated, yeah, somewhere in the month of November and December. So I think, as far as Sunflame is concerned, I think, if we look at on a YTD basis, we are up on, let's say, distribution with general trade. We have strong double-digit growth in modern trade and regional specialty stores. I think e-commerce and the CSD CPC still remain the challenge. I think the performance that you've observed is because of drag in CSD CPC, right, which has pulled down the overall growth rate of Sunflame.
And Mr. Ramachandran, you've recently announced a foray into the lighting segment as well. When do we see the launches start to trickle through?
We are already into some newer categories like lighting, which we expect to be launched in the next quarter, sometime towards the end of next quarter, or maybe early Q1 of next financial year.
Okay, Mr. Ramchandran, on that note, we'll let you go. So that was VGuard, the management of VGuard joining on